President Trump angry over a disappointing jobs report, firing a Labor Department official who releases the data. That report coming just hours after the president slapped new tariffs on dozens of countries, the 1-2 punch triggering a stock market slide. The Dow closing down 542 points, all major indexes showing losses. 24 hours ago, President Trump announced higher tariffs on imports from nearly 70 countries, ranging from at least 10% to as high as 40%, taking effect in 6 days on August 7th. This morning, that disappointing jobs report, just 73,000 jobs added last month, unemployment ticking up to 4.2%. And the shocker, numbers for May and June revised sharply down, losing 258,000 jobs combined. Tonight, President Trump has fired the commissioner of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and now news at the Federal Reserve. A top official is stepping down. ABC's chief Washington correspondent Jonathan Karl leads us off at the White House.
Today, President Trump abruptly fired the nonpartisan economist responsible for government statistics on the job market, claiming without providing evidence that today's weaker than expected jobs report was, quote, manipulated.
Mr. President, why did you fire the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics?
Because I think her numbers were wrong, just like I thought her numbers were wrong before the election, days before the election.
And now fired BLS Commissioner Erica McIntyre was confirmed by the Senate in January 2024 by an overwhelming bipartisan vote, 86-8. Then Senator J.D. Vance voted for her. Her firing came shortly after today's jobs report showed that the unemployment rate has risen to 4.2%, with the economy adding just 73,000 jobs in July, less than expected. The Bureau of Labor Statistics also revised the job numbers for the last 2 months, as it often does, saying there were over 250,000 fewer jobs created in May and June than previously thought.
I believe the numbers were phony.
The president claimed, without providing evidence, that the numbers were rigged to make him look bad. She will be replaced with someone much more competent and qualified, Trump declared on social media. Important numbers like this must be fair and accurate. They can't be manipulated for political purposes. But many economists expressed alarm at the firing, worried that it is now President Trump who is trying to manipulate the numbers. And at least one Republican senator, a Trump ally, suggested Trump's move was, quote, impetuous.
It's not the statistician's fault if the numbers are accurate and that they're not what the president had hoped for.
All this after the president announced a new wave of tariffs set to go into effect next week, raising the tax on imported products from nearly 70 countries. That, coupled with the jobs report, sent the stock market tumbling today. The Dow losing 2.9% this week, its worst week since early April, when Trump's trade war began. But Trump's tariffs are now facing serious legal challenge, a federal appeals court raising questions about whether the president has the authority to impose the across-the-board tariffs without congressional approval.
John Karl back with us now from the White House. And John, the economic news today coming as President Trump ramps up his criticism against Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, and now a top official is stepping down.
Yeah, Adriana Kugler, she's one of 7 members of the Fed's Board of Governors and a Biden appointee, announced her resignation today. She didn't give a reason why, but her term was scheduled to expire in January, and her departure gives President Trump the opportunity to name a new Fed governor, perhaps giving him more influence over the Fed, and also the chance to name somebody, put somebody on the board who could be a replacement for Jerome Powell when his term as chairman expires next year.
All right, John, thank you.